Hello everyone. I am going to show you a quick way to send out virtual meeting invites. And so you can do this if you want to connect with a classmate, if you want to touch base with a colleague or a student, and especially for faculty, if you want to set up your virtual meeting links. So your virtual classes for those of you in that space and send them out to your students. And so one of the easiest ways to meet, particularly on Microsoft Teams, is to send information out through your NICC Outlook calendar. And so we can get into our calendar just by going to your NICC email from the web browser and then selecting calendar to the left-hand side. Some of you may also use the desktop version of Outlook, which works the same as well. You'll see a little calendar button on the bottom left-hand there. So we're going to select calendar. And when we're in our calendar view, what you'll see is probably some items pop up that include current meetings that you have, different events and appointments. Right now we have it set out as blank, so that way we can really focus on that class information. So what I'm going to do is select a new event in the top left-hand corner, and yours may be in a slightly different location, but do know that even if the locations are a little different, the features are the same. So new event or new appointment or new meeting all does kind of the same thing. So here we're going to add a title for our event. So for myself, I may be selecting, I may be doing my introduction to sociology course, and I want to send this out to the students each week. So here's where I can add my students. And then I can also add on if there's any optional attendees. So this could be a great place too. If you have guest speakers, you can invite them as well. So then we're going to go to the date once we have our attendees entered. And right now I'm going to leave this blank so I can also show you how to edit in new attendees because also sometimes we may need to edit the event. Here's where we'll click the date and we'll select the calendar. And we want to make sure that it's set up to start on the very first day. So my intro to sociology class is meeting on Tuesday, the 24th, and I can just click that. I can see the date set up, and then I want the time to match. So I can either go down and click the arrow button to go to 6:10, which is the beginning of class. And as you guys will see, there isn't currently a 6:10 time slot. So I can actually manually type it in. So 6:10 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. And so just be sure that those times match. Also, if you have any students that maybe travel to different time zones, maybe they're working remotely, be sure to click time zone just to clarify that it's in Central Time. So that way, if the student's in a different time zone, it'll update on their calendar too. And then below where it says repeat, we're just going to select the down arrow. And then here's where for almost all of our courses, we're going to click custom. Under custom, you can then select which days you're meeting. So if this was a Tuesday and Thursday class, I could then select them both. And so it says occurs every Tuesday and Thursday until this date. But because my class is just on Tuesdays, I'm going to deselect this option. And I'm going to adjust the end date. I'm currently going to set it as December 14th, which is just after finals. That way, if they do have any additional questions, they can still pop in. So I'm going to click save. And so now I can see the date is set, the time is set, the name above, of course, and then it occurs every Tuesday until December 14th. The next step is to figure out a location. So most of us are going to meet on Microsoft Teams, so it's just a quick toggle switch right here, or if you're in the desktop version, you may see an addition at the top. We also have the option for a few of you who may be using Zoom to select the Zoom add-on here, or you may need to add it in. So feel free to give me a holler if you don't see that feature there and you do need it. But what we can do then is select a reminder as well as a custom message. So what I would recommend is if you are sending this out for a class, to give your introduction to the students, let them know who you are, and then also let them know about how to get started. because this, for many students, is going to be their first introduction to the class, and we want to make sure that they feel comfortable. So you can even include your Canvas link too, or syllabus by attaching a file. There's a lot of different options. And this does work similar to Microsoft Word, so you can adjust the text, the color, the font size, add in photos, any of that good stuff. So for the most part, this is currently set up as our course with all of the extra info. And then at the top, you also can designate whether you want to categorize this, set status a certain way. So for mine, I currently have a category of class or collaboration. So I'm just going to mark it as class. That way I know that green color in my calendar is a sign that I have class. It's a good reminder. So I'm going to click save. And then now on my calendar, I should have set up that each Tuesday at 6:10, I have class. And if I continue to scroll down, you will see that it ends on the 14th. So you can set up all of your courses in this way. And I would recommend when you're first setting them up to not add the student, just so you can make sure everything looks good there. And so what I'm going to do is just double click it, just to double check. And as you'll see when I double click it, I do have that link pop up to connect into Teams, and I can include that custom message. And so this is just a shortcut for me to join as well. But when I am ready, I can click edit before the first day, and I can edit all events in the series to add students into the meeting. And also, if you do have a course or a class that's canceled, you can click edit this event and just get rid of that one event too. So it lets you adjust from this point on and following events all in the series or just the singular event. So we're going to click all in the series. And then if there are any adjustments, I can make them. I can add in an additional student or two who maybe added that first day of class. Or if I have a student who drops, I can remove them here too. And then of course, I'll click save once I've made those edits. And then for the students and for myself, I now can see that each time we have class, for example, if it's September 7th, I can then click on the event and just select this to join right in. You will also notice if you've set up virtual meetings that you can also access them. For example, this virtual Teams meeting, I can also access it through Teams directly. But one great thing of setting it up in your Outlook is it's connected directly into your email. And of course, you can see multiple types of meetings all in one space and kind of how they relate to one another. So if you do have questions on setting up your course, please feel free to give me a holler. And I look forward to working with you all on technology throughout this year. Have a great semester.